Let me guess, every week you say you're gonna meal plan, but by Wednesday you are looking in the refrigerator like, Lord, what am I gonna cook today? Well, that used to be me. After years of trial and error and spending way too much money on fast food, I finally found a process that works, and today I'm going to share that process with you. Even get into meal planning, let's talk about why we even struggle with it in the first place. Because if we don't take the time to understand what's really going on, it's easy to blame yourself. And then you start thinking, I'm just bad at planning, I don't even know how to organize, when really you are probably just overwhelmed. When you stop seeing meal planning just as a chore on a to-do list and start seeing it as taking care of your family, it becomes less of a chore and more of a blessing. So now that we know why we struggle with meal planning, let's talk about how do we fix it. I've got a 3-step meal planning process that I use for my family, and I'm going to share that process with you. Nothing complicated, just 3 little simple steps. Step number 1 is shop your kitchen first. I have said this several times on this channel. Shop your kitchen first. Before you even head out to the store, check your pantry, fridge, and freezer to see what you already have on hand. And then make a quick list of those ingredients, including the random ones. You would be surprised at how many meals you can build with those ingredients that's already in your kitchen. So once you have your list, start planning your meals around those ingredients. That's how you save money and take the guesswork out of what to cook. So step number 2 in my meal planning process is choose anchor meals. And I know y'all are looking at me like, what is an anchor meal? Well, an anchor meal is the foundation of your meal plan for the week. It's a meal that stretches across multiple days. So let me give you an example of an anchor meal. Let's say you cook chili on Monday. That chili on Monday can turn into chili dogs on Tuesday. It can come back as chili mac on Wednesday, or you can just freeze it and serve it again the next week. That is an anchor meal. The chili was the foundation, and you were able to make 2 additional meals based off of that 1 bowl of chili. Technically 3, because if you save that next one for the next week, there you go, 3 meals right there. Those types of meals hold you down, so you are not here trying to cook new meals every day, because ain't nobody got time for that. So when it comes to anchor meals, I want you to keep this in mind. Know exactly what your family likes. You've been cooking for your family for 100 years. You know exactly what they eat. Know what your family likes. Also, when it comes to planning anchor meals, use ingredients that's already in your kitchen. And then think about those meals that can stretch across multiple days. And lastly, focus on budget-friendly meals. I'm sure whatever your family likes to eat is more than likely budget-friendly. My family loves chicken. I can find chicken all day long for $1 around here. A rotisserie chicken at Walmart is $1.60, sometimes $1.70. That's what my family likes. I take that rotisserie chicken and I make all kinds of meals with that 1 chicken. So find meals that your family like, ingredients that you already have, meals that stretch across multiple days, and meals that are budget friendly. These types of meals work because you are not cooking 21 different meals. You are basing your meal plan around a few solid ones. These meals stretch your ingredients and they make grocery shopping so much easier, y'all. When you know your anchor meals, that grocery list pretty much writes itself. And I'm all for letting that grocery list write itself for me. So how do you choose these anchor meals? Now, we talked about knowing what your family likes, using ingredients that's already in your kitchen, Select meals that stretch across multiple days and meals that are budget friendly. Now I'm about to tell you how to choose these meals. You're going to ask yourself 3 questions. Question number 1. What meals do we eat most often and enjoy? Question number 2. What ingredients do I already have a lot of? And question number 3. What meals can I create that freeze well and make good leftovers? That is how you choose your anchor meals. So here is my homework for you. Y'all thought y'all was gonna get out of this without having homework? I'm giving homework today, and my homework for you is, and we're gonna start slow. I'm not gonna do anything drastic. We are going to start slow. So the first thing I want you to do is choose 3 main meals using ingredients that's already in your kitchen. And then next we are going to brainstorm and figure out how to transform those meals into other meals. We are going to flip that meal into a second or third meal. Doing it this way gives you a solid meal plan. That is my homework for you. That is it. That is your assignment for today. Now, the final step in my simple meal planning process is making that grocery list. We are going to stick to the basics. Now, me personally, when I make my grocery list, I have my list broken out into categories. I have it sectioned out into meat, produce, dairy, bread, pantry, freezer, and household. That is how my grocery list is broken out. And it helps me to stay focused when I am grocery shopping so that I'm not all over the place buying things that I don't have any business buying. I know the layout of every store that I shop at, and that grocery list takes me to all of those ingredients in order. Now, I do have multiple grocery lists depending on how many stores I'm shopping at. If I'm going to Walmart, I'll have everything broken down based off of Walmart's layout. Same thing with Jovi's, Smart Shop, Kroger, Albertsons, wherever I'm shopping at, I know the layout of that store and I build my grocery list based off of that layout. So I'm not in that store all day hunting for things that's on my grocery list. Next thing I want you to do is create a shopping routine. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone already have their own shopping routine. Some people shop weekly, some people shop bi-weekly, some people even shop monthly. I've tried all of them, and the process that works for me is doing one big grocery haul at the beginning of the month. And then every week of that month, I'm shopping for perishables or I'm shopping for stockpile items that are on sale that week. That process has kept me on track for a while. So that's my 3-step meal planning process. Now that we know the process, how do we maintain it? So here are a few tips to help you maintain this meal planning process. So the first thing you can do is have themed dinner nights, like Meatless Monday, Taco Tuesday, and for us we have Hamburger Wednesday. Themed dinner nights will help you stay on track, and it takes the guesswork out of planning that meal. Another thing you can do is repeat family favorites. I have meals that my family will eat all day, every day, and guess what? That meal is going to show up at least once a week in my meal plan. And the last tip is use those leftovers. You are going to cook once, but you're going to eat twice. And that's the beauty of meal planning. So what do you do if you get burnt out from all of this meal planning? Because we are human, we are not robots. We do get tired, and sometimes we cannot maintain all of these processes. So what do you do when you get burnt out from meal planning? The first thing you want to do is think about progress over perfection. We are not going to beat ourselves up because we are not perfect. That's the first thing you're going to do. Now understand this. Every meal is not going to be Pinterest perfect, and that's okay. That is okay. I don't always sit down with my pretty planner or my color-coded grocery list. I grab a basic notebook and I jot down my meal planning ideas. I just have to get it out of my head and onto some paper. It does not have to look pretty. It does not have to be fancy. Just a basic notebook out of my head and onto some paper. Because if it doesn't come out of my head and onto some paper, y'all already know it's gone in the wind, because I will forget. Yeah. But during this process, what you can do is set a timer. I set my timer for 20 minutes, and if I go over 20 minutes, that lets me know that I'm doing way too much. It doesn't take all of that to get your ideas out of your head and onto paper. We're not gonna overthink it. We're gonna write 3 to 4 meals on some paper, or you're gonna stick it on your notes app on your phone, or however you document whatever you document, using your phone, tablet, or paper. We're gonna write this stuff down so that we don't forget. And then keep it simple. Spaghetti, tacos, chili, hamburgers, something simple, something easy, something that can be transformed into something else. And another thing, if you have kids or a spouse or a partner, get them involved, because you should not be doing this work by yourself. If you are a family, you are a team, and a team works together. Ask them, what do they want to eat? What meals should we add to this meal plan? And I tell you, if they participate in the meal planning process, they are more than likely to eat whatever you cook, even your picky eater. I know, because I have one. So meal planning isn't just about perfection, y'all. It's about having a plan that takes the stress off of you so that you can enjoy life and love on your family. Some weeks will be gourmet, other weeks not so much. You just trying to make sure your family eat without tweaking out. So set that timer, keep it simple, and let that plan work for you, not the other way around. Let me know down in the comments section, how do you meal plan? What is your process? And what do you find to be the most difficult challenge about meal planning? Let's get that conversation started in the comments. I pray that you all have an amazing day, and I will chit chat with you in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.